program and send them on their way. But I'm working with a lot less people now, but in a much more positive way. Yeah, and I enjoy that. I'm really changing the course of their existence, aren't I?
What's the average age of a person that comes to Friendship Finders?
Well, I think the bulk of our people are somewhere between 30 and 50, but there are a lot that are younger, there are a lot that are older. That particular age category is the most successful, however, because there's about an even number of men and women in that age category. When you get under 28, you have more men than women, simply because in our society, right or wrong, men are the aggressors, and they're more apt to register, where women are, the younger women especially, are very idealistic and are just hoping that and expecting that a knight in shining armor is going to sweep them off their feet and take them to Never Never Land, but they aren't realistic enough to realize that if they want to find somebody, they're going to have to take charge of their social life and do it, because many times it just doesn't happen, does it? Or those situations that just sort of happen end up in horrendous divorces later, too. You know, our divorce rate in this country is scandalous. Other countries look at us and they wonder why we are so immature that we can't pick out partners and stay with partners. I think, what is it, 50 to 60% now? Friendship Finders divorce rate, admittedly a very small segment of the total society, Friendship Finders divorce rate is only 4%. So I figure, I'm proud of that. I think we must be doing something right.
Sure.
But we're encouraging people to date a lot. For instance, if there should be a law, which would be unconstitutional, of course, but if there was a law that said no one in this country could marry until they have dated at least 100 people of the opposite sex, we would cut our divorce rate in half, because people would they would know a lot about themselves too, what their own needs are, and who's available, and how they like to be treated by others if they would date a lot. But a lot of times you find people that get a divorce at about 37. How many people did you ever go with before you met Tom? Well, we were childhood sweethearts, you know, it was the all-American dream, and I only dated 2 other guys before I met Tom. You'll hear that. And so when she thinks Tom's looking around, she starts looking around, and the whole thing gets cutthroat divorce, and we've all experienced those things, and we know people in those circumstances, and it's sad, isn't it?
Now, how does a person get started in Friendship Finders?
Well, once they register, then they wait 4 days to get their first set of referrals in the mail. We send them out in increments of 5, because most people can only date maybe once a week if the other commitments and obligations. And so if they had 10, they wouldn't get till the 10th one till 10 weeks down the line. That person's married, had twins, and moved to Peoria, you know, their old hat. So they want new faces as they come in. So they send in increments of 5, and then they make their selections in the privacy of their own home, and they can return any application that doesn't appeal to them. So naturally, they're never under any obligation. But they've got a lot to choose from, and then they call me when they're ready for another 5. And typically they would say, Mr. Wester, Mr. Jim, I've had 5 lovely dates. Had great times, but didn't fall in love yet. How soon can you get me the next 5? 4 days, send them out, okay. It's all done by phone. Or otherwise, if I don't hear from them for 6 months, I will assume they either got married, buried, or moved out of state. But then they would call and they would say something like, well, you haven't heard from me, Jim, because I've been hanging in there with Gwendolyn for all this time, and I'm in the pits because last night I met her folks, and Jim, you don't even want to hear about it. And I say, well, cheer up. According to our registry, you got 17 dates you haven't even used yet, and I'll send you another 5. You pick up where you left off, because all of our memberships are endless. They're all lifetime. That people remain a member until they've accomplished their objective, and that is they found themselves a dynamite new friend and developed an electric relationship.
Good. Yeah.
Business
going good then?
Yeah, very good. Yeah, and I just enjoy it immensely. I'm booked heavily. I see people every hour on the hour, all day long, every day, 9 to 9 daily. But it's become so elaborate that I'm starting to give people more than an hour. I just really can't accomplish everything I want to do in 1 hour, so it takes about 2 hours, and have a cup of coffee. It's very relaxed. Then they can either take the literature home with them and register at a later date whenever they're ready to start dating and meeting some new people, or they can register on the spot, and like I said, dating in 4 days, because we're very, very prompt. You know, people, once they kind of get mad at themselves a little bit for sitting around on a Friday night, one time too often, and without a date, or going to a family reunion, or celebrating a holiday all alone. Their family thinks they got leprosy or something, and so when they finally register, they're ready for some action and they want to meet somebody. So we're very prompt. You know, we get right at it.
I want to thank you for coming down, Jim.
Hey,
We're running
been
out of
great.
time here, so I want to thank you
Great.
for coming down and letting us in on the scoop as far as the haunted
Haunted
house
house.
and talking
Strong
about
possibility that it might open again. Say goodbye, Maxine. Say goodbye, Molly. No, you have to say goodbye to them.
Oh, bye, Molly. Bye, Maxine.
Waiting for my animals to talk here. I'm not PJ Weber. Good talking to you.
Oh, let me move up here, Mr. Jim Westra. And I'm going to move back here and get my water so that I can make it to the midnight hour. You leaving or?
No, I'm not. I was just gonna see if that dog wanted to nosh on you for a while.
No.
Wow.
Melissa, how we doing in there? Melissa's not there. Where's Melissa? She's on a break. That's what I wanted to do.
Scott, you're on a break.
Do you want us to roll some
Yeah, can you run
PSAs?
about 2 minutes worth of PSAs?
Hang on, give me a second.
Okay.
Let's all try to figure that out at home.
Yeah, everybody at home, try to figure out just what I'm doing in 2 minutes running down the hall.
Yeah, I hate to see that camera trailing along, that's for sure.
Have we gotten some instant stuff in here? Or? Some? I don't know if we've got that much time in an hour to. Okay, what? Okay. I'm going to take a quick break as soon as I. Yeah. You got it. Like, geez, we don't know what the heck Scott wants out of there for. After about 14 glasses of water, if you are watching and you want to come down to the studio, we will be down here until midnight. Hopefully, I'll get to some PSAs before midnight, or I may not be here till midnight. We've also got, while Wayne's getting that ready to go, if you bring something down to the studio dealing with time, whether it's instant, suddenly salad is one of the things we've got. Bring something down dealing with time. Make sure it's something that you don't care if we keep, because we're keeping everything you bring us. We'll put you in the drawing for the American Health 1-year membership. So bring something down. We're going to draw for that right after the 11 o'clock hour, probably between 11 and 11:15, somewhere in that time period. So am I ready to go now? Well, I know I'm ready to go. Are we ready to go? I'll be back. Wyoming Community Television Center, TV 23. I'm Scott Winters. I've been here for 36 hours. No, I've been here for 35, almost 35 hours. Sherry Rawson, my producer, she's been here for almost 35 hours. Katie Rice-Camp's been standing behind a camera for almost 35 hours. And Melissa Prusi's been sitting in there directing for almost 35 hours.
And now, here's Tom and Vicky.
Mark must be playing with the cart machine. If you want to come down, we'll be here until midnight. Hop in the car. We're located at 3333 South Division. Like I said, just before we went into a couple breaks here, bring us something instant. We'll put you in the drawing for the the one-year membership for American Health Fitness. That's so easy to say. And what's up? What do you have?
We missed you at dinner.
You went to.
So we brought you dinner.
Oh,
And
chopsticks
and fortune cookies.
and fortune cookies. How am I going? From fry. Okay, okay, all right.
Good luck, Scott.
Thanks. Now, where am I going? Where's Sherry? Sherry's left. You don't. Where am I going? I'm going to talk to Dean. Okay. I'm gonna go talk to Dean. Follow me as I go talk to Dean. Hi, Dean.
Hey, Scott.
Dean is our chicken from Detroit. What Eastern Union? Onion.
Eastern Onion.
Eastern Onion.
Yeah.
What is Eastern Onion?
Well, it's a singing telegram company. We're based out of Southfield, and a lot of our rates and everything are based upon the areas that we're going to.
Oh, I bet you this costs one heck of a.
Oh yeah.
Well,
by
you
the
gotta
way,
go
the bill's back there. So.
Yeah, you've got to go to Wyoming. Let's see, that'll be about 3 days travel time, and
No, this is probably about our border. So I mean,
probably about your border.
Yeah.
Geez, we could go to Florida by the south, Ontario north, maybe New York. Grand Rapids has got to be the border on the west.
But
So-
we do have an office in New York, and there's about 35 of them right now.
So it's a franchise.
Yeah, it's a big thing going on now. So, yeah.
So where you been all weekend?
Oh, I'm just
Working
my way, basically. Yeah. I like this. Welcome to Scott's Kitchen here.
It's kitchen. The kitchen's kind of migrated that way a little bit. We've had these pesky radio people on the patio all weekend. How are the gnats out there tonight? Is he even over there? No. You're pestering nobody, Scott. I'm pestering nobody. Okay, but. Yeah, we've basically recreated the living room, and that's where we are. 36 hours. Hey, we wanted it to be homey, or was it homely? I don't remember what. But anyway, we wanted me to be comfortable, and so this is where we are.
Yeah.
So 36 hours later.
Yeah, you look real tired.
So, actually, I'm actually pumped. I'll probably go home and it's like sleep. What's that? But
a couple days later, maybe, or something. Yeah.
So some of the County Baker's been taking pictures all weekend. We should thank her. And Melissa, did I hear Melissa call me? No.
No, but I can if you want me to.
What was that?
I didn't call you, but I can if you want me to.
No, I just thought I heard Scott real faintly.
Scott.
If anybody sees Dave Conrad, tell him his phone is ringing. Hey, Dave, your phone's ringing. I think it's for you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I think the hardest part about doing some of the telegrams is like tonight.
Driving up here in a chicken suit.
Tonight, yeah, that was funny. I pulled on into this McDonald's, and some woman, she turned around and she was
wait. You pulled into a McDonald's with your chicken suit on.
Yeah.
Did you order chicken McNuggets?
No.
I don't think I could have resisted. I would have had to order McNuggets.
No, but the lady turned around and she was asking the people in back about. She wanted a 6-piece chicken McNugget. She turned around and she saw me, and I've got my head underneath my arm here. And this lady looks and she says, like, no pun intended. I'm going, oh, well, it's okay. So, yeah, it's fun to see the people's reactions and stuff. It's probably the funnest part of it all. So.
Is your sister here or is she gone?
I think she's at
Is she
home.
coming back?
I don't know.
Hey, Vicky, if you're watching, come on back. I'm gonna get going here. Thanks for stopping by, and thanks for being our chicken. Is David trying to get cues here as far as what we're doing? Did you answer your phone?
Yes, I did.
Okay, thanks.
It's all taken care of.
Okay,
Thanks.
You're
I was gonna
online
urge it.
again now.
What's that?
You're online again now.
We're online. We're jamming. The phone lines are lit up across the board. They all want to meet Scott.
They all want to meet me.
Well, it sounded good anyway.
Well, you're being nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Now should we do some more with the door? I really like this.
Oh, you
we
could.
Should do some more.
You
You
could.
need the right angle and
Yeah.
you know.
Oh, if anybody wants to know what song Pam Roberts played yesterday, I can tell you the cart number on every one of them.
Oh, stop. Now that's private stuff there. I'm sorry. We have to shred all those afterwards.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, and I thought these guys were professionals, okay? I mean, I thought these guys just like went on the air and like just started talking, and you know, when the intro was done, they were done.
Right.
And all of a sudden, I see them come in here with like this briefcase full of scripts. You cheat.
Yeah, we do. We do very much so. Unlike you, Mr. Padding, you know, it's
Mr. Padding.
Mr. Padding, we like that very much. So you're on your what? You're on your last hour and a half?
Yeah, hour and a half.
About there?
Yeah.
Are you, look,
yeah.
okay, lady, can we get a close-up of his bloodshot eyeballs?
Actually, you know, one of the things that I didn't do that I wanted to is I've had my contacts in now since 7 o'clock Friday morning. So, you know,
You
it's
should
like,
take them out, and you don't have to read cue cards anyway. You know, you should.
yeah, well, we used to. We used to have to, but Sherry lost her marker, so it's like now she just hollers.
You make do. So
Yeah.
if Jerry Lewis called for his telethon next year, would you?
I don't know. I'd have to give it some thought. You know, well, let's put if Bob called me again and said, "Hey, Scott,
Bob
you know, me and Bob are close now." I mean, I even called him Bob on the air. You know,
Ooh.
I was, you know. After I did it, I thought, gosh, I wonder if I should have done
Living
that. you know?
dangerously,
Yeah,
you know?
but I figure I'll probably never talk to him again anyway, so I don't think it would have
You
hurt
should
to
just
say
ask him to
Bob.
donate maybe one of the residuals of one of his old shows, because the guy is just rolling.
I know, rolling in the
money.
dough, rolling in the dough. But I thought it was kind of nice that Bob Hope, with what he's worth,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, just says, you know, let's talk to Scott Winters from TV 23 in Wyoming. So
Why not?
yeah,
Why
well,
not?
Yeah. But you know, if you're hungry, help yourself. It's Cajun sausage.
Can we get a close-up on this?
It's Cajun sausage. It's actually pretty good. I had a couple bites off that one. Tilt it forward.
Yeah.
Oh, Skycam. Here we go.
I see.
Oh, wait.
there we
There
go.
it is.
Can we take the?
Oh, you want the fork out of there? Okay, there you go.
Now, what you got to do when you eat it is you take this and you just kind of mush it in there, and then you. Who wants it now?
Who wants it now? We'll raffle it off. Melissa, could we run the credit list one more time? Is that a possibility?
Just a moment, please.
First of all, we want to thank Paris Press for underwriting the 35th hour. They originally were going to get the 36th hour, but we did some jockeying around so that they could get the 35th hour, so that Jamar Tours could get the 36th hour to give away the cruise line. We could do a farm report.
No, we're almost ready.
We're almost ready.
We're
Okay,
ready.
I'll fill with a farm report after we do the credit roll.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, mix.
The credit roll is this. We'd like to thank the following businesses and organizations. The American Culinary Federation for feeding the four of us that have been here for forever. American Health Fitness for some things we're giving away. Rick's DJ Service. Burger for sponsorship, underwriting. Burger King Food for the Crew. Chinatown Food for the four of us and the crew. Domino's Pizza for food for the crew. Herb Lumber supplies for the set. Haircuts Plus giveaways. Jamar Tours and Travels giveaway. Marge's Donut Den. Stuff for the food for the crew. Old Kent Bank Underwriting. Sheldon Cleaners for my tuxedo and giveaways. 7-Eleven for cookies and coffee. Studio 28 for passes. Touch of Class Limousine Service. Sears and Roebuck. UA Cable Systems. Special Events Productions. And Paris Press. I got them all. And now, I don't know what they're doing over there, but it looks exciting. The saw. Oh, we're playing. Who's gonna play a saw? Oh, I thought you mean I was gonna play a saw.
You are gonna see him.
I am gonna see him play a saw. Oh, so yeah, I see the. Actually, I get yelled at every time I said I seen. It's I have seen. I did see. Yesterday I watched. You got everything down pat now over there.
Hey, Scott,
Yeah.
we have a call for you on line 1.
Call for me on line 1. Do you know who it is?
No, I don't.
Okay. Scott speaking. Hello.
Good evening. At the tone, the time will be 10:27 and 30 seconds.
Rub it in. Rub it in. For those of you who don't know the story behind that, About January, I decided, being the whole we were going to be here for 36 hours, I wanted to tie in with time, and then the only tie-in with time that I could really think of as far as a phone interview was to call the time lady. I figured somewhere, sometime, that lady recorded those. So I searched, and I searched. Nobody knew the name of the time lady. Michigan Bell didn't know. Illinois Bell didn't know. Nobody knew. So finally, after searching and searching and searching, I finally came across this one little blurb of an article in a magazine from 1974, and it finally said her name, and I finally found her name, got her home phone number, and I got her husband. He was one of those that said, nope, she's busy. I said, well, we're going to be here for 36 hours. He said, she's going to be on a plane. Once again, the excuse of the century. If you don't want to do something, tell somebody you're going to be on a plane. I heard that excuse by many people when we contacted them for the program. They were going to be on a plane. So yesterday and today, we've had more people flying than anything else. So anyway, that's the story behind that. And I have to do some pushing on that.
We've only got eight shirts left?
8 shirts. We've got 8 shirts left. What do you know? Do we know what sizes they are? And mediums and larges. We've got 8 mediums and larges. And while being we've only got 8 left, I think we should start the bidding at $15. No.
Hang this right here.
Wait. What are you digging? Oh.
Yeah, thanks, Jeff. Yo.
Okay. We'll hang. Well, we could do the interview from right where. I mean, I'm flexible.
No. That's good. You should put the Jaws head up there. I don't think a lot of folks have seen that here.
Yeah, we were more afraid it was going to fall, go tumbling off, so that's why we didn't put it up there. For those of you who wanted to see what a mess 2 people can make out of magic rocks, 4 o'clock this morning, me and Roger decided we were going to do this neat little thing of magic rocks, and consequently, at 4 in the morning, you get something that looks like this. We're not quite sure what happened. We think it might have been the coffee we used instead of the purified water. Yes?
Do you want to talk to Chris or any of those people? We have the Sprims on 1 and Chris is on 2.
I'll talk to him one last time. One last time. Who's on 1? I don't know. Third base. His friends are on 1. My friends are on 1. My friends are on 1. Okay, I'll go to line 1 first. Hello, line 1. Who's on line 1?
This is Marilyn and Gary Brink, Scott. Congratulations.
Well, thank you.
How are you?
Good. You've been watching for 36 hours or so?
You bet we have.
Have you?
Scott's here too.
Is he?
Yeah.
Well, thanks for calling.
We've been watching you.
We did a little pushing to get it into the Granville and Jenison area, but we got it, so we were real happy with that. So.
Carol's been cluing me in, so we thought we'd watch.
Okay. Well, thanks for calling.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay. Bye-bye. Now we're gonna go to the kid that pestered us all night last night. We tried to set him up today, and he really loused it up. So, Chris, are you there?
Yeah.
So what's the scoop now with you and Jenny? She wanted to go to Chris. I think that was like she's scrubbing you off.
Probably.
I think your history.
Yep.
And I think where you made your mistake was you let Steve talk to her.
Yeah.
I said, really? You can't let your manager talk to your women. It's all your fault. So, if you would have just called her up and said, hey, Jenny, let's go fill our inner tubes on our bikes together or something, or, said, let's go to the park and go, riding around the swing set or something. It might have worked, but, you decided to have Steve talk to her, and I think that's where you screwed up. So, well, hey, listen, listen, Chris, if we do this again next year, it'll be easier because you'll have a driver's license, okay?
Yeah, I will.
So maybe if we do this next year, maybe if Jenny isn't busy and she'll be 15 next year, maybe she'll graduate from like a 3-speed to a 10-speed, and and if you're still driving with your bike, maybe you guys could like meet halfway, and either that or you can pick her up in your car.
Yeah.
Okay? So hey, thanks for being a part of the show all weekend.
Yeah.
And don't bring family members on the show anymore, okay?
Okay.
I mean, how many of your people appeared on the show this weekend, huh?
1, 2, 3, 5, 4.
4 people. I haven't had 4 of my own family here, Steve. Or Chris. Hey, names, we don't worry about names. But Chris, I have not had 4 of my family here this weekend. See?
Family.
Huh? Well, I know, but they were all your friends, so, you know. But thanks for calling.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hang up now. Don't call back, okay?
Why?
Okay, because I'm sick of talking to you, Chris. I mean, I've been talking to you now for all of almost 24 hours. So I think we've chatted just long enough, Chris. Okay. Besides that, I'm still a little peeved about this Jenny thing. So you know, you had a opportunity that you really loused up. So you should be ashamed of yourself. Okay. Well, don't be too ashamed. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. Is the only other person that contributed a lot to the show that we haven't talked to is the lonely guy. What was the lonely guy's name? Was it Pat? Pat, if Pat the lonely guy is out there, maybe that's Pat now. If Pat the lonely guy is out there watching, I mean, what else would he be doing? Unless maybe Teenage Mutant Turtles is on or something, but if Pat the lonely guy is out there, you know, let's talk to him. He was a big part of the program this weekend. Once again, we talked to him for, after Chris got done calling every 15 minutes, we talked to Pat for a while, and then he finally came down here. So, Pat, if you're out there, give us a call. If not, thanks for being part of the program. We're at 10:33. We've got an hour and 27 minutes to go. Yeah, baby. We were going to do a farm report and never did.
Hey there. What promos we got?
No, actually, that's why they're out of the light. They were on the set until they all started doing these little back things with their feet up in the air. We did have one of them die. We noticed the little processional with all these little flags on their antenna. They went right through lights. Once again, they're doing radio over here. They've ruined the illusion for remote broadcasts for me. What he does, he doesn't even bring a record player with him. He sits there and he says, now when I say the time, go to the song. Or when I say the temperature, go to the song. Wait a minute, let's see what he's saying.
Why don't we go ahead and do the transitional there? Oh, yeah.
Wait
a minute. We're people watching.
We're doing this. We want to hear how this is really done, Dave.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and talk. We want to hear how remote radio is really done.
Well,
can we bring up his mic?
Okay, and say that Screaming Girls want to all see Scott. Okay, they have to come down here first. 3333 South Division. Ask for Scott, the guy with the bags under his eyes. He's been doing this
That's
broadcast. And say that you'd like a T-shirt. I think he can help you out. Anyways.
Okay, we are at 10:35, an hour and 25 minutes. Can you make it, Melissa, or do you want to go like home now?
I guess I can hold out the extra hour and a half.
Can you say that again? I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, I think I can hold out the extra hour and a half.
You think you can hold out for an hour and a half?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, good.
How about we go till 2?
How about we go to what?
Till 2 o'clock.
Go to 2? Yeah. Wait, well, you've got to be here till 2 anyway. Oh, well. I don't know. My list says 2.
Well, my boss is paying me till 12, so.
Yeah, but
after then.
Who's going to be on the radio from 12 to 2?
Back at the station, we go back. After you wind up here, we go back.
Oh.
So.
Well, we aren't winding up till 2, so I guess you'll be here till 2.
No, wait a minute. You were. This wasn't in the contract. Our lawyers worked on this.
Hey, Melissa, did we sign a contract?
I don't remember signing a contract.
I don't either. I do remember that Pat Roberts said all we had to do with Pam Roberts said all we Pat Roberts, Jim Baker, Pat Roberts. Pam Roberts did say that if we brought brownies and cookies and donuts down all week, we did have the Q Morning Zoo time slot next week. She did. No, she said she'd tell Jim Owen. She'd have it all taken care of. So.
Yeah.
Okay, Scott, we're ready to go to Abe Lincoln.
Oh, I heard that in stereo. Sherry's in here saying. and did you guys like go on the count of 3? You know.
Yeah.
Because it was almost like your voice was coming out of Sherry's head.
We also wanted to change the subject after I foolishly suggested that we go till 2 o'clock.
Oh,
so.
I see. Okay. Well, right now we are going to go to. How do you want? Abe Lincoln and General Abe Lincoln and General Grant. Take it away, Abe Lincoln and General Grant.
Fellow citizens, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a long time since I have been with you. I have watched in amazement how America has grown, men in automobiles, people flying in the air, and walking on the moon. Even though some things haven't changed, believe me, we're still the greatest country in the world. However, as I look down the corridor of time, I'm somewhat saddened as I see some of those principles that our founding fathers believed in becoming obsolete, such as the importance of faith in God, family, home, education, trust, patriotism, and honesty. And yet, on the other side of the coin, I'm deeply moved because I sense there's a spirit of goodwill still permeating this land of the free and the home of the brave. A while back, I gave a speech that still expresses my viewpoints. I would like to again share it with you. 77 years ago, our forefathers brought forth upon this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation or any nation so conceived and so dedicated can long endure. We are met on a great battlefield of that war. We have come to dedicate a portion of that field as a final resting place for those who here gave their lives that that nation might live. It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this. But in a larger sense, we cannot dedicate, we cannot consecrate, we cannot hallow this ground. The brave men, living and dead, who struggled here have consecrated it far above our poor power to add or detract. The world will little note nor long remember what we say here, but it can never forget what they did here. It is for us, the living, rather, to be dedicated here to the unfinished work which they who fought here have thus far so nobly advanced. It is rather for us to be here dedicated to the great task remaining before us, that from these honored dead we take increased devotion to that cause for which they gave their last full measure of devotion. That we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation under God shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, and for the people shall not perish from this earth. Thank you, and thank God for this wonderful land. Perhaps you've all been wondering what I've been up to since retirement. You may not remember, but I've always loved to work with wood, so I've been working with my carpentry skills. I've always been known as a champion wood splitter, but now I've switched to my saw, and I can now cut up all I want and play at night. But before I do, it was all night during one of the darkest days of the Civil War, when every bit of news from the front lines had been most discouraging. That sweet and gracious lady by the name of Julie Ward Howe had a dream or vision of victory in the Civil War. And under the inspiration of that dream or vision, she arose and wrote the words to the battle hymn of the Republic that stirred Abraham Lincoln like a trumpet blast and became his best-loved marching song. So, ladies and gentlemen, a medley of two songs, the battle hymn of the Republic and America the Beautiful.
I'm next? I don't think so. Thank you both for joining us.
Thank you.
First of all, are we okay? First of all, General Grant, how many people were in your family?
There's myself and my wife, Julia, and my 4 children.
And are your children's names?
I have 3 sons, Ulysses S. Jr. and Frederick and Jesse, and then I had a daughter, Ellen, whom we called Nellie.
And you later went on to become a president.
Yes, I did.
And what year was that?
That was in 1868.
And how long did you?
Served a full term and was reelected again in 1872. At which time my vice president at that time was Henry Wilson, you may recall.
And what's your middle name?
My middle name? I get a lot of people ask me that. Ulysses S. Grant. The S stands for Simpson.
Simpson?
Simpson.
Okay.
Little known fact.
Now, for Abe, who influenced your life?
Well, as a young man, because of my father and mother's love for the Lord God Jehovah, they named me with that of a biblical name, that of Abraham. And because of their love for the Lord God Jehovah, they influenced him deeply, influenced the principles that later was to be used on in my life. And I shall never forget, as a young lad of 9 years old, when my mother was passing away with milk sickness, she called me to her bedside and she spoke her last words. And she said, "Little Abraham, I'm going to be leaving you and I won't be returning." She said, "I know you're going to be a good boy. Be kind to your sister Sarah and to your father, and live as I've taught you, to love your heavenly Father and to keep his commandments." So these was infused quite deeply in my life.
With that type of upbringing, what books did you read as a youngster?
There wasn't too many books available at that time. 4 books I remember as a young lad that was in our home. I was deeply in love with George Washington, the material I could find. So 4 books. It was a book on George Washington, Aesop Fables, always loved stories, and a book on Pilgrim's Progress written by John Bunyan, and last but not least, the Bible.
You have a humor about is it your books or your boots?
Well, it's interesting. In life, during my first term, a young soldier came up to me and he said, "Mr. Lincoln, do you shine your own shoes?" And I said, "Well, whose shoes do you think I shine?" So there was always humor there, even though the heavy weight of the war was on my shoulders.
Now, you were married to?
Mary Todd.
And did you have any children?
Yes, right. Robert, Willie, and Billy.
Okay. Now, the 2 of you go out to school. You were in Washington for the inauguration.
Yes, correct. That was a real treat. I had never been to Washington in my whole life, and it was a treat, Scott, that I shall never forget. I dressed up as I am this evening and attended the inauguration of our 41st President, George Bush. And I was really amazed at the people's response. In fact, I was interviewed in Washington, and my interview was such that I had stated that it awes me the respect that people have for this man, Abraham Lincoln, yet after these 120-some years. It was a real experience. Never been to Washington, as I stated, and visiting the Ford Theater and then going on over to the Peterson House. It was a real rewarding experience, especially at my time right now portraying this great man.
Right. Now, did you go down there by yourself or on your own, or were you asked by somebody to come down there?
I went along with the pro-life group in Grand Rapids. I understood they were taking a 4-day tour, and I'd never been to Washington, so I took a sort of a tour and everything, and made the weekend a very rewarding weekend.
Okay. We've got some letters. First of all, why don't you tell us about yourself?
You're speaking of General Grant or me?
Yourself. Well, either one. It's up to you.
Well, I'm just a husband and a father. The first time I've ever portrayed anybody, really, tonight, just now. And, my friend Jerry asked me to go along with him, and I wholeheartedly agreed felt quite honored that he would even ask me. And began to pick up some information about General Grant, you know. Until about 2 hours ago, I didn't know what his middle name was either.
Now, your name is?
Ivan Phillips.
Ivan Phillips, and of course.
Gerald Beestrom from Middleville. Incidentally, we're both from the same town.
That was a wonderful rendition that you did. How did you ever learn to play the saw?
Well, that goes back, Scott. My first encounter with hearing that sound was when I was about a young lad of 9 or 10 years old, and someone came to our church, and his name was Mr. Fisk. And that sound, Scott, having heard it for several Sundays, stuck in my mind. And that was on the back burner for 35 years. I moved down the area where I'm presently living, and I ran across a fellow that is still playing a saw at 77 years of age. And so I said, Mr. Carnes, I want to learn how to play. If you try to go to the music store and find music to play a saw, you're going to have a very difficult time. And but you gather through other people, and as you would learn how to whistle, you translate that terminology to your hands and to your legs, and everything is evolved.
Now we've got some letters here.
Yes.
that you've gotten from some of the, must be the kids that you went to the schools.
Yes, I have been to some public schools, and there are some. I received a little over 40 responses from the students. I was in a school of around 800 in the students. And these were some that I pulled out. I thought I'd bring along and have you read. Very interesting.
Very interesting.
Right now, in explaining the one that you have there in your hand.
When I first read it, I wasn't sure I read it right. They went back and reread it.
Right. They meant the same as you and I would, but their spelling is different. And so that one is rather interesting along with the other ones.
It says, it goes on, first of all, it's put on a nice silhouette of Abraham Lincoln. It goes on to say, thank you, Mr. Beestrom, for wasting your time to come and see us. I learned a lot. And then this one here says, Abe was an honest man. When his father asked him who cut down the cherry tree, Abe said, I did it, and I did it. His father was not mad because he told the truth. Abe never lied in his whole life. Abe got shot in the Ford's Theater at the age of 58. It wasn't Abe that chopped down the cherry tree, was it? Generous man. Abraham Lincoln was a generous man. Every morning he would ask himself, am I loving? Oh, okay, help me with this one.
Okay. Abraham Lincoln was a generous man. Every morning he would ask himself, am I loving? Am I thoughtful? Do I have courage? Do I have faith in the Bible? But when his mother did, he was 9 years old, and his mother told him before she spoke the last word, she told him to do what his father says and to take care of his sister and to never lie and be an honest man and have faith in the Bible.
And then this probably has to be my favorite of the letters you brought in. It goes on to say, first of all, it's decorated on the top with 2 semi-trailers, and it goes on to say, well, first of all, it says Abe's something, truck cars or something. It says, Abraham Lincoln was a good man. They had no reason to shoot him. I hope whoever shot him is in jail. I would sure like to be a president, but I lie to my mom and dad. But I'm going to be a truck driver, and I will travel. I wish Abraham Lincoln was a truck driver. I would stay next to him. Now, how often do you go to the schools?
As often as I get calls to come in. I really enjoy it because Mr. Lincoln stood for principles. And I believe that's an area that maybe is being overlooked today in our educational system, that builds character and builds trust. And Abraham Lincoln himself said that the spirit of man is more important than mere physical strength, and the spiritual fiber of a nation than its wealth. And so he had some fiber to him, and that's one reason why that I picked General Grant to be one of my leaders, because he was short in stature, but he had determination, and he had fortitude, and he wasn't going to bend, and that's what I believe was able to very much contribute to the Civil War, was the way General Grant conducted himself. I give him full reins, and so it was great to have him on my staff.
Now, do you do this for a living, or is this kind of a side?
Hopefully it will become a full-time job. In the meantime, I'm employed, but it's enjoyable. I love it, and working with my saw, I enjoy that sort of a nostalgic sound that lends back to back in the Appalachian Mountain days when they begin to learn to play those.
I want to thank you. We're running kind of short on time here. I want
right.
to thank you both for coming down. You did a wonderful job. And you did a wonderful job, too.
Well, thank you very much.
Especially on the saw.
All right. It's
Wonderful.
Thank you very much.
And I'll give you your letters here so that I don't end up walking off with them.
All right.
Once again, once again, Gerald Beestrom.
Right.
Okay. And
Ivan Phillips.
Ivan Phillips. Let's hear it for him. Are you like off the air now, or we just?
No, we're radio. We don't get that luxury.
It'll just have to be unmiked there. Guess what, Melissa?
What, Scott?
We've only got 1 hour, 2 minutes to go.
Really? All right.
I just love a spontaneous audience.
Okay. I'm kind of sad to see it end.
All right.
What was that, Melissa?
I'm kind of sad to see it end. How about you?
Yeah, I think we should do it until, let's go to May 1st.
This is.
For those of you who don't know, the four of us that have been here since before noon on Friday, we got here, I got here about 9:30. First of all, let me start with Thursday. Let's start with Thursday. Melissa and myself got up early on Thursday. We were down on the Cube Morning Zoo, and what a blast. Those guys are real fun to work with. To watch them, for those of you who don't know, they're in two separate studios with a window between them during that.
Spit guard.
Spit guard.
Yeah.
And they're giving arm cues, and to watch the two of them work, it looks like they're trying to fly planes in. This is all you see for hours. But we were down there for almost an hour, and like they made us feel so at home. And I want to thank KLQ for all that they've done in this. KLQ was one of the first radio stations, television stations, whatever, to get a hold of us. I mean, I know you're a radio station, but they were the first media in this area to get a hold of us. We had the article in the Advance, and right after that, Lynn Ike from KLQ called and said, hey, we want to do something with this. We met with Lynn, we met with Jim Owen, and we came up with the live broadcast. Since then, like I say, they've been more than helpful. On Friday, Melissa, Sherry, Katie, and myself were all here well before probably 10:30. I know I was here at 9:30. Melissa was here about 9:30. Sherry got here, I think, about 10, and Katie got here about 10. We've been here since then. We went on the air at noon, actually a couple minutes to noon. We started the opening so that by the time we all got in position, it would be noon. Katie has been standing behind either camera 2 or camera 1 since we got this thing started. Katie now is behind camera 2 sitting. Sherry has been running around here keeping everything somewhat in order. She's been basically telling me where to go and what to do all weekend. And then in the just like a wife. and Melissa in the in the control room has been calling the shots. So we have all been here for more than 36 hours. This marks the 36th hour on the air. So we'll start that. Are we gonna do that now, or we're gonna go? What are we doing here now? Oh, the phone. Okay. Let me go over here now to Jim Gilbert from Jmar Tours. How you doing?
Good. Looks like you're holding up.
Oh yeah. Well, like I say, me and Melissa are gonna go to May 1st. So you know.
One question was brought to my attention. When will the next issue or publication of the Guinness Book of World Records?
It will probably come. I think they close it in like October. The new incoming records. So we will probably be in next January's edition.
Great. Congratulations.
So like I say, we broke the record at 402, and we've been here ever since then, just to ensure the longevity of it. So we're ready. We're
great.
We're like I say, me and Melissa are gonna go until May, and then we'll have had 31 days and 31 days, about 12 hours. So we should have anyone break it then. Why don't you explain what we're gonna do right now? It's the final time.
One last time now. Jmar Tours and Travel is going to, in appreciation to the support the community is giving you, open the phone lines for registration for our contest, giving away $100 gift certificates for a cruise vacation. So for the next 10 minutes from right now, we're going to open the phone lines, 243-2432.
You can know
call
that
in and
number by heart
register.
now.
Good. And this is the last time we're going to open the phone lines for the next 10 minutes. And please only register one time during this 10-minute period. Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to let you go take the phones. The number will be on the bottom of the screen real quickly. Once the number goes off the screen, the 10 minutes is up. If you didn't make it into the registration, we're sorry. But we wish everybody that did the best of luck, and we'll be drawing that at between 11:30 and 11:45 this evening.
Right.
So I'm going to let you go take the phones. I think I'm going to move over here. Where'd he go? He's gone.
You ever see a DJ with a camera?
A DJ with a camera?
We haven't had any radio people.
That was the quickest little ruckus I've ever seen.
Yeah. Well, you want to go sit on the couch a little bit, or you got time, or?
Yeah, I do. As a matter of
Okay. We're gonna squeeze my friend in.
Dave.
I know the name. I've been here harassing this guy all night.
Sure. That's why we're here.
Sure. For those of you who don't know, this is Dave Conrad, who's on late nights on KLQ.
That's right, and the Club 94, which is on tonight, as a matter of fact.
Now, what is the Club 94? That's something fairly new.
Yeah, it is.
Couple weeks
It's our second weekend into it. It seems to be awful popular right off the bat. It's just for folks, having friends getting together on a Saturday night. We want to be the background for that, and so that's the new Club 94. We're really excited about it. It's I tell you, KLQ, you've seen the people there. It's a whirling dervish to walk into that station any day, and with all the promotions that we do as well. Yeah.
But like I said just a couple minutes ago, these people are so fun to work with. They've been so gracious to let me sit and heckle them for 4
If it
hours
wasn't for
a
us,
day.
you wouldn't have someone else here to bother, I guess.
That's right. I mean, I'd be sitting right now talking to the wall, but...
well, you have a lot of other folks here tonight. I just meant that Scott Weber was good fodder at 5:30 in the morning, sure.
Yeah, but we started out with Danny Douglas Friday afternoon.
Right.
And from Danny, we went to the new guy, Don't Tell Me,
Dan Baker. And we also had Mike Tennis early on. I saw him
Mike
on
Tennis.
with you.
Mike Tennis was on. Was he doing radio from here too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, a little
because
bit.
when we first started, they were doing the live remotes from the editing suite in there because you had a problem with your equipment. So
all this technical stuff. We'll edit this out later.
Yeah.
So
I didn't see. I interviewed Mike for out on the couch.
Our music director. Yep.
Right, the music director for about a half hour, and then from there we swung Danny in. Danny then swung Dan Baker in. Dan Baker, while Dan Baker was on, we had the Q Morning Zoo. We had Rick Beckett.
Let me write this down.
And Robert J. Wright.
Keep the running order.
And then we had Jay Allen. He was here. Then Pam Roberts came in, and once again, Pam Roberts sat and joked with us, all night long.
Yeah, she's a pip. She's a pistol.
fun.
I work with her every night.
Yeah.
So Club 94 tonight, and we've had a lot of folks come down with the KLQ Air Force tonight as well, and that's also something brand new. And we've had people sign up for that. Our official sponsor, Burt Surplus, is kind of a way to to give away items. We're always looking for something to give away. It seems like.
And I'm now an official member.
Yeah, of the Air Force. That's
the Air
right.
Force.
We can even make you like a master sergeant.
A
or something
master
like.
sergeant.
Yeah,
okay.
you can field strip butts if you find them. Whatever. So, like, how do you feel? Like, you've been asking the questions. Let me try a couple of questions on you.
Okay.
You've been here what, over 36 hours now?
Yeah, I've been up. Well, actually, I've been up since 7 o'clock Friday morning.
What's been the hardest? What was like the hardest part through, and what was the thing you thought would be the hardest?
Actually, I guess I thought the hardest part would be the overnight.
Yeah.
As far as how I felt overnight Friday, I felt pretty good. It really wasn't that. I mean, of course, we had the long stretch because once again, you can't get guests in here at 4 in the morning.
Yep.
But actually, I think the hardest part for me was very early this morning at like 8, 9 o'clock.
Oh, right.
We went over at 8, and I'm standing over there, and they're cooking, and it's like. All I had to do was like take a long blink, and I would have been gone. And then coming back here, and there was almost to a point I was almost going to tell Sherry to start doing interviews up at the desk because I'd sit in this chair and I'd just kind of lean back, and pretty soon it's like the guest would be talking and I was like kind of just zoning out.
Wink.
And I would like wait. I would like pick a question, the next question. I'd have it in my mind, and all I'd do is like wait for him to stop talking, and then I'd ask it. I mean, they probably could have.
Wow.
Like, they probably could have took it off on a tangent, which thank goodness they didn't, because
Yeah.
if they did, it was like they could have went from, oh, I've got my start here, and now I'm doing this, but I'm leaving this whole industry tomorrow, and my next question would be, well, how is business going to be next week? You know.
Yeah,
So it was. That was the toughest part.
Yeah.
Once we got to about noon, then I started to get the second wind, and since then I've been like. Flying high.
Yeah, but you seem really like I don't know, like you've had too many cups of coffee.
Yeah, actually, and the truth be known, I had 1 cup of coffee last night about 4 o'clock, actually about 3 o'clock, and then when we had the breakfast in bed where we slaughtered the croissants,
whoa.
I had another cup of coffee, but the 2 cups of coffee were all I had, and since then I drank water most of the time, and with the exception of 2 glasses of juice. So you know.
Yeah. This is like an extended version of your usual show, and then you probably got viewers that probably haven't tuned in for that show. When is that on?
Melissa, is that still on at 7 o'clock on Fridays?
Is what still on at 7 o'clock on Fridays?
My
your show. You heard of it.
Oh, that. Yeah, that still gets on now and then.
Still gets on now and then.
Yeah.
Camera 2.
Okay. Good
But,
deal.
Actually, a lot of this may get edited down into like highlight.
Yeah.
I mean, we had I don't know if we ever counted up how many people we had come through here, but just so that people can see.
Well, you got about an hour left.
This,
we can count for the next hour.
Yeah, this sheet
program.
here, every block represents at least 1 guest, if not sometimes 2 or 3.
So you always ask all your where did you go to school? So where did you go to school?
Okay, I went to high school at Union High School.
Right here in town,
Right here in town. Yeah, West Sider. Some of the people I graduated with are sitting out there.
What about?
I went to Grand Valley for a semester, and then I decided that
and now
I'm not getting anywhere here.
You're experiencing television.
Yeah, well, actually, I started here in my junior year in high school, working as a volunteer.
And this was the only way to get them to fire you was to go.
In
36
late
hours.
79, 1980. I mean, I got my driver's license, and it's like, okay, I'm doing TV now, and so. I was behind the scenes for up until about 2 years ago, and finally we decided, hey, I want to jump out of a plane. Let's do a weekly series. We took me up to 4,000 feet, put a parachute on my back, threw me out, and we did a weekly series. So,
wow.
It was one of those.
Can you match up to that every week, Scott?
Well, actually, it was one of those push come to shove situations.
Ooh, somebody kicked you out the door.
Kicked me out the door.
Wow.
But,
See, I did that too. I did parachuting once. You know, it's one of those things. I want to do it once, okay? I want to take the risk once. And,
actually, I wouldn't mind doing it again, but I haven't had the time. That was 2 years ago.
I think my parents did it. I was in my teenage years when I did it. I think it was because I was always, as a kid, jumping off the garage door with
the sheet,
with the umbrella,
yeah,
and the bed sheet. So
yeah,
very good. So you've had how many people? You've had how many meals? I think you've had a meal an hour.
Oh, geez, we've had like it seems like a meal an hour. We had when we originally set this up, we thought we'd be hungry every 4 hours. So we set up food. Well, me, Melissa, and David thought, well, we should not listen to Dave eats every 2 hours.
So this is when all the relatives come too.
Yeah, we got all the relatives here. But anyway, we thought 4 hours would be a good time to eat every 4 hours. Well, I think we probably could have went every 8 hours and still, because it's like, Well, the worst part was I had to sample this stuff every time we went over there. So I'd sample it, and you try to act like, this is really good. I am, we can eat that. So you eat enough to make them feel like, you're really, you eat half of it. So then, like, now you are, like, super stuffed. The food does not really go anywhere for 4 hours. Now it's time, I hear, it's time for food. Whoa. And you think, oh, great. So then you go back over for more food. I think the worst food break this morning was the one at 10 o'clock. Simply because we ate at 4 o'clock, we ate at 8 o'clock, we ate again at 10 o'clock, and then again at noon. And it's like, at noon I thought, no more food.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I've got the last 2 meals still sitting up there, and I think I took about 3 bites out of each one. But it's just, I'm still stuffed. I probably won't eat until like next Thursday, but
So we're on the less than an hour.
Less than an hour.
Okay, so say somebody, you got the world record, okay? Say somebody in 6 months beats you. Are we going to see you next year? Are you going to go for 48?
I don't know about 48. I guess if someone were to break the Guinness record for more than 36, okay, if they went 38, I might be able to be persuaded into 42. I don't know if I'd go 48 or not.
He's got to work up. It's like marathon.
But
you have to.
I guess the thing is finding out in doing this. Like I say, we've never. I mean, nobody here has ever sat in a corner of a set under these hot lights for 36 hours before.
Yeah.
I have been on camera under these lights or under the lights in the kitchen for all but 28 minutes. So since noon Friday, with the exception of 28 minutes within like 5 minutes here or there, I've been under these lights. And I found out as things progressed this morning, everything went real good last night. Things moved fairly quickly, and
I noticed your pacing today is you. Last night you were hyper.
Yeah,
you were just playing.
Yeah,
let's go. Let's get it over with.
This morning it was. Well, I think the biggest problem we had is some of the guests we had last night, like the Q Morning Zoo, and they were all people that were pretty hyper themselves.
Yeah.
And then this morning we had a lot of the people that were, they were business career type people, and you obviously don't come in and start bouncing around on the, back and forth on the couch, and so consequently they're kind of serene and laid back. So it's like, now I'm supposed to get serene and laid back, and it's like, if I get too laid back, I'm falling right to sleep.
Well, not tonight, because Club 94 is down the hall, so to speak, tonight.
Yeah, but no, tonight we could do this. I could go at least probably another.
When there are viewers out there, I think you just want to go to midnight, right, gang? Okay, so no now.
Yeah.
But 36 hours, I mean, that's a long time.
It's a long time. It's a long time. I guess the thing is go try to sit in your living room and watch TV. Turn on every light in your living room. Open the curtains, sit in front of it and watch a TV monitor for 36 hours and try to talk to yourself. Try it. It's not easy.
Well, I think your neighbors, going, oh.
That's okay. My neighbors already think I'm crazy. I have been moving stuff in and out of my apartment now for 2 weeks. They don't know if I'm moving in or moving out. We moved it. I moved a bunch of stuff in on Tuesday or Wednesday. On Thursday, we moved it back out, and then tomorrow we'll move it back in. So it's like, are you here to stay or are you leaving?
Okay, 45 minutes. If you're at home and you're headed out or you need something to do tonight, come on down to the studio. We want to see you here tonight. Finish off the last 2 meals that Scott had. I really think that would be good. And again, just come on down because we need more people here, obviously, to keep you awake.
Right. Hey, let's fill this place up in the next 45 minutes.
You got it.
All right. Thanks, Dave.
Hey,
I'm gonna let you get back over to the patio. I've got a few things to do here while they shuffle in a gym, and then this is the people that brought in the instant stuff. Are we going to do this now? Is it okay? The people that brought in the instant stuff, everybody that brought in something instant, we put their name on a slip and their name, the name. The slip is in here. What we are drawing for now is a 1 year. I don't want to draw this. Who wants to? Come here, Dave. Sherry, here. I'll hold it. You draw. But you're short. You going to read it or you want me to read it? Oh, great. Now I know why I got to read it. Renee Seher, S-E-H-E-R, in Wyoming on Francis. So this is you will get a year membership to the American Health. You want to take that, Dave, so that that doesn't go by the wayside? This may sound like a stupid request, but could I get like one more glass of ice water before the night's over? I mean, it's the pans have dried now. Yeah.
Cups are gone.
Cups are gone. Okay, now I'm gonna go over here and talk to our last guest of the evening. You look like you're tired.
I have. I've been watching you, Scott. Congratulations on your 36-hour marathon, which I'm sure you're going to make.
Oh, yeah. Hey, we've only got 14 minutes now. We'll make it.
And I don't feel bad having to come in after a man that was 120 years old, and I know I'm not going to be the oldest guy in this program.
There you go. You were close, though.
Well, I can't tell you. 49. I'll never reach 50, they tell me.
So right now, first of all, Jim Cole's involved in District 9 Little League,
right,
which we've got coming up a couple months from now.
Well, very close. We've been getting ready for the season, and the leagues are going to be starting to open in about another month, totally.
Mm-hmm. Currently, last fall we did football, and you didn't do any basketball with us, did you?
No, I didn't do any basketball. I retired from basketball.
But anyway, you did some of the football games.
Football, yeah, we did a lot of the football games.
And then currently we're working on Golden Gloves. We did some of those just, heck, when did we do those?
Well, we've done the 3 nights of Golden Gloves. In fact, the state finals or the city finals, which will be televised next weekend, I guess, right here on TV 23.
Yeah,
and also
somebody had to bump them out of their time slot this week. We wouldn't know who.
Yeah, we said we'll let him do it this time. So we're going to be on in Grand Rapids at GRTV from 9 to 12, and I think from 12 to 3 here in TV 23 and WCTC. And then we got the 7th and 8th, the Michigan State Championships, Friday the semifinals and the finals on Saturday, which you've been illustriously working with us for many years and had a great time with you. And part of them are going to be televised. I guess Friday will be televised on Saturday, and then the Saturday finals the following week. So it's going to be a great time with the Golden Gloves, just as it is with baseball or any show you're involved with, including yours, which is a great show.
Yeah. So anything new coming up for Golden Gloves that people should look for?
Well, anything new, I think when you're dealing with amateur athletes, every minute is something new, and we have the young man that just lost the United States Amateur Boxing Federation Championships in the semifinals. Kevin Childrey will be back. He'll be defending his state championship this year. But if you remember the other night, a unknown that stepped into the ring in the last bout, I can't even remember his name, but I'll call him the Tornado. He was with his man about 50 seconds and totally destroyed him. And I guess I'm looking forward to seeing that bout, whoever he fights.
Yeah. Buster Matheson's boxing.
Tremendous. Buster Mathis, we had him in one of our interviews. Buster Jr., a tremendous young man, and his father who fought Joe Frazier, Muhammad Ali, helping train the youngsters. But I guess there's an example of desire when Buster Jr., who weighed over 300 pounds in 1 year, lost 100 and some pounds, and he's now fighting at that 193 pound weight. I just think that's tremendous for the young men.
As far as things that you've got coming up for District 9 Little League this year, Little League's always a big thing for TV 23.
Well, it certainly is, and you know that last year we dedicated a lot of the season to say no to drugs, and again this year it's going to be a tremendous push on that, because we feel that if we can do anything to help do away with drugs with youngsters or adults and save somebody's way of life, it's well worth it. Last year we raised $4,100 for Project Rehab. Mm-hmm. This year we have a couple of real hot things coming out. One, the leagues are getting behind us and going to put Say No to Drugs patches on their sleeves. Money's going to be turned over to one of the drug rehabilitation centers here in town. We haven't picked it as of yet. That will close in on close to $10,000, and then you're probably going to hear about it. I'll give you a little advance warning.
Oh, another scoop.
Another scoop, and it's right here on TV 23.
Okay.
Our professional fundraiser that does our programs came up with some tremendous ideas, and we're in the process of finalizing a mascot which District 9 will have from now on. It's I can't tell you what the name of it is. It's pretty well been named, but it's going to be a duck, which will be available at all functions. And we are going to have a program which is called Adopt a Duck. And the adopted duck is going to be, you'll adopt a duck, you'll get abduction papers. It's getting late, and I haven't been up, though, with 36 hours. It's going to be adoption papers, and then sometime, be it in the Grand River or what, we are going to drop anywhere from 5,000 to 10,000 ducks and have a plastic duck race. And they're going to be giving away some tremendous prizes. And again, a majority of that money, even though it's professionals that are doing it, is going to be donated to the drug rehabilitation, which we look at close to $10,000. So we're hoping this year, minimum of $20,000 that we can turn over for drugs in Little League's name. And that's one of the highlights, but baseball still becomes our main game.
Anything else?
Anything else? Well, you know we got our regional tournament coming up. It's the 15th consecutive year held here in the Grand Rapids area. 8 teams from around the Midwest. Again, TV 23 televises it August 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. We have our Say No to Drugs Parade, which this year will be August 3rd, and it will end up at Lamar Park. We're going to have a big picnic for all the volunteers and all the youngsters that we bring in from around the country. And then an open drug rally right in Fort Lamar, where everybody will be invited, outsiders and all, and we're going to have some guest speakers, and also we might get some soft rock band in there to entertain them between speeches, but we plan on a tremendous time there. And of course, you can't forget, last year was our 2nd annual Queen in Her Court contest, and this will be the 3rd one we're going to have, and that was a great one last year, and we will have that August 7th this year. The site has not been determined, but that'll also be right here on TV 23 too, along with solid baseball all July right here, TV 23 on Saturdays, as long as Jim DeWint can keep the cameras running.
So you've got a busy year coming up.
Tremendous busy year, but it's just like you. We look forward to doing those things and keeping the youngsters off the street and having a good time while they're doing it.
Okay. Jim, we're running late, so I'm going to have to cut this a little short here, but I want to thank you for being a part of the program. I wish you the best of luck with your Little League program this year and with Golden Gloves, and I'll be there.
Well, thank you, and again, I want to thank you for letting the television people, all the fans in Grand Rapids, we didn't get to see a lot of you, but we enjoyed the show, and I hope somebody beats it so you can come back and do 100. Well, I can do the. Here's the challenge.
Okay, guys. Now look, you're a baseball fan, right? Now, what are you?
I'm tired.
Right? You're tired. That's what you are. Well, you figured. Look, the only way we can wrap this up is to go for the Slam Dunk Championship of TV 23.
Okay.
Are you up to the Slam Dunk Championship?
Oh, sure. Why not?
Hey, why not? This is the new NCAA Final Two. NCAA. That's no class at all. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and see this. It's going to cook. Watch this, folks. Now, for example, we make you, Jim, the visiting team. All right. These are your levers right here, Jim. You ever played this thing before?
Never.
Hey. All right, Jim, go ahead there and take a center court shot. Let's see how you do. Pull back on the lever. Oh, no good. He boofed it. All right, Scott's got a chance at the free throw line. No, that's
me.
Again,
oh, you want me to actually?
Yeah, all right.
Oh, well.
Take basket. Hey, all right, one from the free throw. Right. So he's got one in. All right, now go ahead, Scott. Let's get you one here from center court. A couple of practice shots. Whoa!
Whoa. Good. Well, the fingers still work.
Oh, okay, no good. That means the Jim gets to the center court. He gets a free shot. Let's go.
Oh my God.
No good again.
This isn't as easy as it was.
It's not as easy as it looks. Go ahead, take a center court shot. Oh, he's got it. Ooh, look at that. Go on.
You're going to give him 2 shots. What kind of guy are you? You're cheating.
We're warming him up. He's got it. All right, Scott. That's yours. Watch your lever. There you go. 1. All right, we're going to go for the Slam Dunk Championship here. The first team to get. Let's go ahead.
What are we doing here?
Let's play back to 0 here. Let's figure on someone getting here. So what do we go to? 21?
Oh,
the guys shoot for 21? Is that what we're going to do?
Go to 10.
Let's go to 10.
10?
Yeah.
Oh, no confidence. All right, so let's see. We'll go ahead and we'll drop the ball here, and let's see where it rolls. You guys ready? At the jump.
Whoa.
He's got the shot. Here goes Jim. Oh!
I cheat.
Foul. Okay, no good. That means that you got it at center court. Oh, whoa, that was limp. Lame.
I'll be Seton Hall.
Oh! Okay, all right, air ball. Yeah, that's right. Take it from from
You
Center
realize
Court.
where we'd be at 21?
Hey, we'd be a 39. He'd get his 42-hour show. Hey! Oh! One. All right, there's one. Two. Scores a 2 from the center. All right, 3 to zip. Oh! Scott gets himself a 2-pointer. Then he takes his 1 point and goes over. All right, so we got 2 with the home team. Here we go. You get it from, let's see, he dropped it. You've got it. Oh!
I cheat.
Center court again. You guys are just too full of adrenaline.
Now what happens?
Okay, it says here, free throw for the visitors, and so that means he gets a free throw from the line. And he boofed it. Go. 2 for Scott from the center.
That's Jim's, actually.
Oh, my God. I'm in trouble here.
Whoa. 2 more for Jim.
Turn the box a little bit so they can see it.
They're missing.
There you
Now
go.
they do it.
Yeah, now
Which
they're
way
really
are we
missing
turning it? Okay.
So the audience can kind of
Also,
catch
the
it.
audience can
This
see
is
it.
just like being at home. My kids will love this. Look at that. He even moves me back.
Hey, that's not bad. He gives you a shot. Oh, all right,
free
free
throw
throw for the
home.
home. All right, Scott's got a shot.
He can tie us up. Oh, he didn't do it.
Didn't do it. Okay, let's go again. Make sure that's right. Watch where the good things go. All right, Jim's got a chance at 1 at the foul line. 1 point from the foul line. He's got it. 6. Oh, 1 from the foul line. All right, he's got himself.
That means me here.
Okay.
Oh,
We got
man.
5 to 6. All right. The pressure's on. No good. No good from center. No, it's got to roll. Hey. Foul. All right.
Oh, and I get a free throw. Yeah. When you
Free throw
cheat.
from the foul line.
Man.
It's supposed to roll.
By the way, I want that book on single friends. I gotta need a hot date for tonight.
All right. Good. It's 7. But you touched it again. You're not supposed to touch it. We'll make it a jump ball at center. You ready? Here we go. We're making up new rules. All right. 2 for Jim. All right, he's got 9. 1 more.
Now I get
Don't
to
touch the ball.
That wasn't a free throw.
To go over the court. You know, you only do that when it goes over the court. Oh, come on. Yeah, watch it. Don't touch it. Don't. Oh, hey, 1 for Scott. 2. All right.
Oh, he's up to
He's 7.
7.
You got 9.
7 and 9.
Well,
If he sinks it.
I want to put you out of your misery here.
Oh, no! Over it goes, Scott, from the center line. It's yours now. There you go. Go for 2.
I want to touch it.
Oh, boo. Yeah, watch the levers. Scott's got another shot. 2! All right.
Whoa.
9. It's 9-9.
Now, right?
No, it didn't. It didn't fall off the. It was rolling along, right? You touched it.
I like the fondle thing.
That's yours.
A 3-pointer, Jim. If you get it, it's a 3-point from the back
need
court.
one. It don't matter, baby.
Hey, and Jim Cole, the slam dunk champion of Channel 23. Boy.
Oh, you did, huh? Well, it worked.
Let's take a look at the total.
Let's take a look. First of all, Ma, can I have you come up here and help me with this? First of all, there are a lot of people that we have to thank. This thing would have not come off if it hadn't been for half the people that are sitting in here right now. Ma, if you'll just simply, I'll give you the next one. You unroll it, and we'll go from there. First of all, probably the people that gave us the most press for this thing is, are you listening to this, is WKLQ. I don't think we would have been able to pull this off if it hadn't been for KLQ doing this live remote. Like I say, I was telling Dave earlier, KLQ was most gracious with helping us in this whole thing. Hold it still, please. You coming in through the door?
Can I borrow a cup of sugar? Okay. There we are. Let's try it.
There we go. Basically, these they say awarded. These all read. These all read Certificate of Award awarded to WKOQ Radio for participation in the longest live television show with one host and one director, Friday, March 31 and Saturday, April 1, 1989 at the Wyoming Community Television Center, Cable TV 23. It's signed by both myself and Melissa.
Thank you, Scott. I accept this for the entire staff, and congratulations again to the entire staff of TV 23 tonight. Yeah.
Wait, hold on here. Let me put these in order. I'll give
And try to keep the music down, okay?
okay. The next one, I don't know if we've got, well, we can, I know we've got one person that works there that can take this anyway. If it weren't for UA Cable Systems, we probably wouldn't, first of all, we wouldn't have been here. Without cable, of course, TV 23 is nothing. Cable was real helpful in getting us the little handbills that went out in the cable bills. They also did a wonderful job in getting us into the Granville-Jenison area and also into Grand Rapids. So I want to thank the UA Cable Systems for their help in the project. And if Mark, if you want to present this to them.
KLQ Club 94, your MC here, Dave Conrad, request line.
Also, is Dad here or not? Okay. Did the rest of them leave or not? Okay. Another company that if it weren't for them, we couldn't have done this either. Paris Press. God, I'm emotional here. If it weren't for Paris Press, I couldn't have done this either. I had to take if it weren't for Paris Press. All right, let's take two. If it weren't for Paris Press, if it weren't for Paris Press, let me take time off from work to do meetings here, arrange guests, etc., we couldn't have done it. And so, Paris Press, Sharon, well, you take us to Paris Press. Well, I'm fine. I'll make it. Some of the other people. All the crew you see, all the witnesses you see. Vicki Burke, she arranged all the crew, all the witnesses, and like I say, the witnesses made this. If it weren't for the witnesses, this whole thing wouldn't work. It really wouldn't. We have to mail the Guinness people. Everything has to be logged out. And so Vicki was a crucial part of this. Vicki? Another crucial part, once again for publicity, we needed photos. In the newspaper the other day, you've seen the picture of me and Melissa on top of a television monitor. We came in here one Sunday afternoon and shot about 50 pictures. Actually, it may have been, Melissa, was it more than that?
I don't know, but it seemed like an awful lot.
And the person who came in here on Sunday and took all those was Connie Baker. Connie? Thanks, Connie. Last night, I don't know how many people, first of all, at home you probably didn't know it, but we had one camera that I think went down, did we not? If it weren't for this next person making sure everything was running, we probably wouldn't be here either. And that person is Mr. Mark Rawson. probably one of the foundations of this whole thing that helped hold this whole thing together, being both positive and negative when we needed it, just to keep us in the right perspective, was the station manager. Is he here? Is Jim here? Is Jim DeWitt, the station manager. When we needed... When we needed the push, when we needed the kick in the butt, Jim was there to give it to us. When we tried to get beyond our boundaries, Jim was there to kick us back in line. And so, like I say, if it weren't for Jim, who knows where this thing would have went, if it even would have went. The next person, this person, probably, with the exception of the four of us that have been here for who knows how many hours now, all the people that you've seen up there, all the food, all the giveaways, we didn't have enough bodies to do it all. And so we gave Vicki the witnesses, the crew, and we all took a different part. And Dave grabbed hold of this thing and took hold with the underwriters. And if it wouldn't have been for Dave, we probably wouldn't have a single underwriter. And so Dave brought this thing together as far as food. I mean, we probably would have sat here with bag lunches out here if Dave hadn't pulled this thing together. So I want to thank Dave Collins. Down to the final three. This next person helped. Up to last Monday, we didn't know what this set was going to look like. We knew we wanted it to be different. We wanted it to be comfortable to work in for 36 hours, but we didn't know what. So we tossed out ideas. And we had someone who kind of took it by the horns. She drew up the first sketch that we completely just tore right apart. Then the three of us, Dave, myself, and Katie, sat down and we came up with this idea. And Katie decided she wanted to be a part of this. She wanted to be a part of the 36 hours. And she's been standing behind that camera for 36 hours. Such dedication. The next person, she's been like my babysitter all weekend. We all had books, master books, as to what was going on when. The last time I was able to do anything to my master book was about 11:30 Friday morning. We went on the air at noon, and the information I've got in that book, with the exception of the last 5 pages that we drenched when we came back from the Last Supper break, have remained the same. I needed somebody to tell me what was going on, when it was going on, who was going to be here, which part of the set I had to be on. And Sherry was the person that did that. Now, Sherry also, Dave took care of the underwriting. I myself took care of some of the guests, as far as getting the long-distance guests, some of the local guests. But I didn't have enough time to do it all, working full-time. To do this job right, you almost have we almost could have used about a half a dozen full-time people for 6 months. But we didn't have that. There's none of us that could take 6 months off of work to do that. And so we had to hand things out. And so I gave Sherry a book. I had my book prior to this, but I don't remember where it is. Anyway, no, that's not the book. There is a book about this thick, if not more, of people to call to try to get down here. Of course, we could not have sat out here and filled for 36 hours, and so I had to start delegating authority. And Sherry Rawson is the person that she made the contacts, and she's been a great babysitter this weekend. Sherry. Okay. Now this next one is the one I thought I was going to get the most emotional about. Which is going to make this the most tough one to do. When we first decided to do this, we originally were going to try it with just the longest live television show with one single host. But the Guinness people said it's a great idea, but we don't publish records that aren't. We like to renew records. We don't like to start new ones. They said chances are they would not publish a record for the longest continuous live television show with one host. They suggested the current record is the longest continuous television transmission under a single director. That's the way the Guinness Book reads currently. They suggested that we go at it from this angle, try to go at the program with a single director and a single host. And so we originally had planned on going with it with me, just me being the only one here. After talking to Guinness, the Guinness people said, you can't do it. And so I had to find somebody to sit in that control room for 36 hours. And I thought it was going to be tough. I sat through a bunch of people. I thought, who is going to do this? And I came in that afternoon and I said, hey, we've got a real problem. You know, if we're going to do this, somebody has to commit to doing 36 hours. And no sooner did I get it out of my mouth, Melissa said she'd do it. And so Melissa's the key to this. If it wasn't for Melissa, we wouldn't be here. This record wouldn't be ours. And so I want to thank Melissa Prusi, and I also have to thank her fiancé, Steve. I think I have seen more of Melissa in the last week, or the last week and a half, than Steve has. We ran around KLQ Thursday. We had a bunch of running to do. Friday, she was here early. She's been here, since about 9:30 on Friday. And so, of all people, I gotta, my utmost thanks goes out to Melissa Prusi. Great job. Great job. Let me do one more. And finally, this whole thing, we could sit here all we wanted to and do TV. It's worthless if there isn't somebody out there watching. It's worthless if there aren't people here. We've had people in the audience all weekend long. We've had people watching all weekend long. We've had people phoning in all weekend long. If it weren't for the television audience, there would have been no purpose in this. So, hats off to the whole viewing audience. Go ahead.
Okay. How you doing, Scott?
Oh, I'm doing. I've only got 15 minutes to go. We're in the home stretch.
You think you can make it?
No, I'll make it. I'll make it.
I cannot think in 10 years that I've been here that I can think of more proud than I am right now I thought we topped it, being #1 in the nation. But I have never seen teamwork put this thing together like I have seen today. The last 2 days, I have been the most proud of TV23 and proud of this community for their support. And I think we owe it all to one person who came up with the idea, who did it there, Mr. Scott Winters. Let's give him a hand, huh? Come on! I've done a lot of projects with you, Scott, for 10 years. You've been our first volunteer that came around when I started. And you amaze me. And tonight, I don't know how you can ever amaze me more. Your courage, your determination, I think, bled on to the rest of us. Your enthusiasm. You talked about a little bit of kick in the butt. I think you gave us all a kick in the butt. We aren't standing here looking at a tote board and going, oh boy, no one's calling, no one's buying burritos. It took creativity, and imagination, and a mind that when we sir said it, and I have to admit, when he said, let's go 36 hours, and I said, ha ha, yeah. I'll admit to that, but I think, Scott, your determination, your creativity, I thank you from the bottom of my heart and on behalf of all of us at 23. Great job and thank you. Good job, Scott.
No. Once again, though, it's the staff here at TV23. I kind of came up with the idea, but if it wouldn't have been for the staff and all the volunteers, and the many, many volunteers, even those that aren't here, and I don't want to start naming names because I know I'm going to forget somebody, and I don't want to do that. If it weren't for the staff and the volunteers, that's where this whole thing came together. I mean, coming up with an idea is one thing, but actually getting it from the ground floor to here, to 36 hours later, hands off to all these people here, hands off to all the volunteers and the viewers out there. It's the final hour, and this is the you guys did it. Hats off to you. One thing we do have to do right now is we do have to give away the JMAR thing. Melissa is going to have to get back in and directing because I think they probably consider the last couple minutes as a break. So that's why I worked this out the way we did it. Originally we were going to give that away and then give these away, but I was concerned as to whether we'd have a problem with the Guinness people with Melissa being out here for the end. So Melissa's got to finish directing this last 11 minutes. And actually, is it 11 minutes? It is 11 minutes. After 36 hours, you can't add. So let's go over and go ahead and do the drawing. Jim?
Scott, congratulations
Thanks,
again.
Thanks. Go ahead and we've got quite a few names in here. Everybody's name in here called either stopped by the studio or they called in and registered during the phone registration times. And go ahead and tell them what we're drawing for.
Okay. You had mentioned a note of appreciation to all the people who had been viewing and come in to give you your support. In appreciation of that, JMAR Tours has decided to give away cruise gift certificates valued at $100 a piece. We originally planned on 4 of them, but I was just informed there are now 8 available to give away. Okay. And I'd like you to just draw the names. We have several people who have entered. You were able to enter up to 12 times, once each time the phone lines were opened. However, you can only win 1 gift certificate. So if your name is pulled twice.
First winner right there.
Michelle Woods. Congratulations, Michelle. Kathy Vasquez from Wyoming. Pamela Reed.
Oh, that was an easy one.
Pamela Reed, congratulations. Lynette Lawrence from Grand Rapids. Jeff Larabelle from Grand Rapids. Congratulations, Jeff. Tony Vandevoren from Wyoming. Congratulations, Tony.
What excitement right here. And also get your chance to win the cassette of Madonna's newest release, Like a Prayer.
Terry Vandermolen from Wyoming.
And this is the last one.
And Mary Stearns from Wyoming. Good. Those are our winners. Congratulations.
Just a sec, Raj. One thing, in doing all the personal awards, I wanted to wait till Jim got done with that. I want to thank also all the underwriters, all the businesses, because they were important too. The food, the money, the giveaways, you know. Thanks, you made it. Go ahead, Raj.
That was just, again, for Scott, 36 hours in just a few minutes away. Now,
and this guy,
Shanghai'd again.
This guy deserves a big thanks too. This guy sat with me from 2:30?
About 2 in the morning. Yeah.
Until, gosh, what time did you get out of here?
About 7:30. Went home just in time for the kids to come into bed, and I just get in there, and the kids, come on, Daddy, wake up, let's play. Followed by the sounds of gunfire. It was wonderful.
Roger was going to come in. Roger was going to come in for about a half hour last night, and his half hour ended up being 5 hours.
Well, thanks to food, which by the way, that looks good. Is it still good?
His wife called about 3 o'clock wondering where he was. We told her that he already left. We didn't know where he was. Did you get all that smoothed out by 7:30 this morning?
Oh, that was fine. You never saw such an inspection for hair on my shoulder in your life. They all better be brown, clown, or that's it. You know, they better be from the back. But anyway, it's just some good news. First off, for those of you who missed any of this entire program will be rebroadcasted in its entirety immediately after the 36 hours. But Scott, you see, there were some people who missed some things, so you're going to have to redo the Jim Cole free shooting throw, the clowns, and the cuisine with the shrimp. So we're just going to have to call these people back.
The shrimp or the croissants?
The deveined shrimp. Oh, yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, the croissants. Boy, we could all break into a chorus of moments to remember, you know. The burn croissant, the goofy clowns. Yeah, we could do all that.
Couple big moments for me.
What were they?
The interview with Bob Hope this afternoon.
Yeah. Hi, this is Bob. Anything for a charity guy, Hope.
Yeah.
Yes.
And probably the funniest moment, well, two of them actually.
Be careful.
One of them was this morning when we put those croissants in that oven. For those of you who didn't see or don't know the background behind that, we had the culinary arts brought in food every 4 hours, or well, there's some that went every 2.
A sensuous breakfast we
had a sensuous breakfast. I'm sorry, I don't even remember the lady's name.
He had a sensuous breakfast, not like we had one together. And he had his, I had mine.
And the stove over in our kitchen is not, or the oven, excuse me, is not the best oven in the world.
Are you ready for this? I mean, did you notice on the wall there was a chart? Yeah. If you want 325, dial to 426. If you want 132, dial to 140. If you want 140, dial to 380. And you just sort of, you need math to do
You didn't know where it went. It worked on like a parabolic scale. So our chef dialed it to where she thought it had to be. She put the stuff in. We walked over to the tabletop range.
We beat the smoke alarm by about 12 seconds.
And
it was where the little light was
everything
glowing,
was
just
going fine.
now.
And we're doing the shrimp omelet, and I started to smell smoke. But I didn't want to say anything. I thought, well, maybe we just got done burning the butter in because the electric range, they couldn't, on the electric range, you just can't turn it up or down. It takes like 6 days to adjust. And so we just burned butter, so I smelled this burnt aroma. I thought it was the butter that Roger was carrying around on a paper towel, trying to get rid of.
Yeah. And all it was the ladies' room.
We finally got the omelet done, and I want to say her name was like Becky or.
It was a dignified name.
Okay,
She was a
but
dignified
anyway, she says, well, now it's time for the croissants. And she opens up the door, and it looked like something right out of I Love Lucy. The smoke billowed out.
And sitting. This way. Have you ever seen an ebony boomerang? That's what it looked like. It looked like a pair of ebony boomerangs just lying right there.
Rawson? Yeah, I'll talk to him. Just a second. And sitting there on this cookie sheet were there these two dark black charcoal moons on the cookie sheet. It was hilarious. I had a hard time keeping my composure. It was, matter of fact, I lost it. It was beyond.
I ate one. It was pretty good.
And Roger decided he was going to go through and eat one. But
we have someone on the line?
What line am I on, Cliff? Or Mark? One? Scott speaking.
Yeah, this is Cliff Rawson. Ford City Cab Company down here. I'd like to just call you and congratulate you on your effort.
Well, thank you.
I was watching.
Okay, thanks, Cliff.
Yeah.
Okay, talk to you later. Bye-bye. And so
you're not driving home, are you? Isn't he taking you home?
And so anyway, the only other point when we had that much fun was when my niece came out and was on with the clown. I'm losing it again. I thought I was gonna be able to make it through, but anyway, she stole the show. We had her out here for.
We had her.
Really. Whatever happened to the ant farm?
Yeah, what's left of
here?
the
What
ant?
is left of the ant?
What's left?
Anyway, she stole the show. She did. She stole the show from us for about 35 minutes. And those were probably the two funniest moments of the whole show. Here's the ant farm. These ants were supposed to have tunneled throughout this whole thing over 36 hours. So far, they have done nothing but the West Annex. Hopefully, they'll go to and another. Look at all this. I don't know. I'll move this. See all this white stuff up here? I took painstaking care at 11:45. Everything was ready to go, and I'm hollering. I'm sitting out here in my tux. I'm hollering, we forgot the ant farm. And so I had to quickly pour the sand in, trying not to get any of the sand above the green ridge here. And so, fine. All the sand was below it. The ants have since moved it all up there, which did no good to take that painstaking care. Yes. Hello? Hello? No, it's not there?
That was not for you.
It wasn't for me. Did you? No, Chris screwed it up with Jenny. So maybe they have each other's phone numbers. If maybe if they want to get together, they can.
Is there going to be a yard sale for any of these shirts left over? How many shirts are there left?
I don't know if we got any left, but this one here, do we? 6 shirts. Okay, we got about a minute and a half here. I want to go off right at midnight because I don't want to. No,
36.3 hours.
Yeah.
I got something I want to say really quick. I want to make sure that everyone watching right now knows that Scott Winters is a volunteer down here at TV23. There's 4 people that work here full time, 1 part-time person. But Scott's a volunteer. He put all this together on his own free time.
We could if we can get it on the phone.
And I think he deserves a lot of credit for that in itself. A major effort.
Think back on all the famous people you called up and said no way to you.
The second thing is, I don't think anybody else but Scott could have pulled this off because the guy's got to agree. Scott is a likable guy, right? I mean, he's got a lot of friends in this town.
Pat Sajak, watch out.
The time will be 11:55 and 50 seconds.
Listen.
Good evening. At the Dome, the time will be 12 o'clock. Exactly. The time will be 12 o'clock and 10 seconds.
Let's celebrate. There's a party going on right here. A celebration to last about a year. So bring good times, and you never do. We're gonna celebrate your party.
I should